Well, I certainly enjoyed cranberries on my Thanksgiving dinner table, and Max, I'll bet I wasn't alone.
Oh, you're right. This has long been an important time of the year for the cranberry growers. Now, more berries are consumed the year round now because of juice consumption, but for the fresh cranberry consumption, this is a prime season. We thought we'd take you back to a visit from earlier this fall in central Wisconsin, the biggest cranberry growing region in the world.
This is the town of Cranmore, and it's the largest producing area of cranberries in the world. It is in Wood County, which makes Wood County the largest producing area. Most of the marshes are over 100 years old. They were mostly started by just cultivating the native stands of vines that were found growing wild here back in the 1870s and 1880s. It's a great history.
And many of the same families have been in the business for quite some time, is that right?
They're all in the same families. So they have stood the test of time for over 130 years, most of them. Some, in fact, this last year, a 7th generation was born in this township. So I think that says a lot.
What is the beginning of the harvest and when is the end of it typically in most years? When does it get underway and when can you say it's all done?
Okay. Well, for us, the harvest begins about the 3rd week of September and goes through most of October. And of course, the bigger the crop, the longer it takes. But we never complain about that.
How is the quality? Does it vary significantly year to year? And if so, what are the factors?
Weather absolutely plays a part in cranberries, just like most other agriculture. This year, for all practical purposes, it was a good growing year. Just the crop looks good. Is it ever one thing that makes a difference? No. But the combination fell in line this year. It looks like a good year.
Mary Brazo Brown says the cranberry industry is enjoying an upswing right now, and for good reason. She says they're good for you. And fellow producer Butch Gardner started out trucking cranberries 25 years ago. Then he started growing his own crop 10 years later. Now he stores and processes cranberries. He has more than 900 acres of cranberries under production.
Growing cranberries is very similar to growing corn and soybeans and hay, and so if you got the common knowledge of that growing stuff, we just adapted to the cranberries. And this is a very small community. Cranberry growers help one another. Very helpful they are, and so there's always a learning curve, but it went very well, and we've been very successful at it.
In many sectors of agriculture, we know boom and bust years. Do you find that there are cycles also in cranberries?
Yes, we have. We've had cycles back in the 90s in short supply. The price got very high. When the price gets high, up in the $80 range, typically the consumer, it gets too high for the consumer to buy, so they turn to other juices. The cranberry price then subsequently went down, and we saw $10 cranberries in the year 2000, and now they're back up in the mid-50s and 60s again.
Profitable business these days, and will that encourage production then?
Well, yes, it is very profitable right now, and there is many acres going in, but the consumption of the sweet and dried, the crasin that Ocean Spray has developed, along with the juice and the healthy aspects of the juice, makes it a growing industry, and they need more cranberries to feed the existing demand.
And it is such an interesting business, that business of cranberry production, that tourists travel to see it firsthand. And local tourism executive A.J. Frells likes that.
Well, we've got a rich heritage in agriculture here, without a doubt. And probably in the forefront of that is our cranberry industry. Over a third of all cranberries grown in the world are grown right here in Wood County.
You mentioned agriculture. It's something you obviously like to showcase because of the agritourism emphasis, as we found as we toured with some of your guests here. Why is that so appealing to people, to go look at farms?
I think in today's day and age, everybody's looking at the green aspect of things. We're getting back to basics and wanting to be good stewards of the land. And we are looking at where our heritage came from in this area, as well as the fact of where we can go and how we can increase the productivity of our product. And for us, it's an opportunity to showcase that heritage here in Wood County and in the Rapids area.
It is one of many industries you have here, many things that you can show people from the outside. What else is here?
Well, we're obviously strong in the paper making industry. We have NewPage is a large producer of paper for us, and they've came on board in the Rapids area a little over a year ago. And we also just have a variety of lumber aspects that happen here as well.
Recreational opportunities too, certainly in abundance.
Oh, we have a variety of recreation opportunities, and we have Day Cruise, which is a motocross area that is very well known. We have BMX tracks here that we are looking at possibly having national events at. We host NCAA baseball tournaments. We hold events and festivals like the Cranberry Blossom Festival that we had this past spring. Just all kinds of activities to do in the Wisconsin Rapids area.
As we found as we accompanied this tour, you have farmers and people of agribusiness who certainly don't mind showing off their enterprises, sharing the story with others. That is important, is it not, to have people who want to open up their business?
Oh, absolutely. We enjoy the fact that they want to open their business up, as you put it, and it helps us promote the ag tourism, as we talked about earlier, how it's growing. And those folks take a lot of pride in what they have to show. They take a lot of pride, again, in their history and their heritage, and because it helps people to the area, beds and
Wisconsin. Well, coming up here, we'll be joined by a rock musician. You'll find out why. Stay with us.